This week, Rhea and I are teaming up with Casey's Off-Road Recovery, who is showing us how to get our toys out of a bind by bringing in some toys of his own.
Then, Nick Chase is getting a one-of-a-kind e-bike tour as the folks from Antelope E-Bikes takes us out to experience the nature of Antelope Island.
Finally, we're joining the folks from Jorgensen's on their first ride, which looks a bit different this year with the addition of side-by-sides. It's all climbing your way right now. At Your Leisure is next. Well, I don't think it's going to be such a boring day and ride along after all. Hi, everybody. Welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Bria Rossi Booth. And we're out here today in Hurricane, Utah with Casey Lofthouse, who has this beautiful off-road recovery service and these awesome machines. And we actually, did you see somebody get stuck out there?
We did. We see one on the hook.
So we're going to go get him?
Yeah.
We're going to do it.
Woohoo!
So Casey's in the recovery business. We're going to go out and ride along, play with these machines a little bit today, and we hope that you will learn a lesson or two about how not to have to hire them, but know it's there anyway if you get stuck.
Yeah, go out and have all the fun you want, knowing I'm here to come gather up the pieces.
You the man, you the man. Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so generally what we do in this soft sand situation is we use a kinetic recovery rope, which has about 30 to 35% stretch in it. So with the Nodwell, obviously this is overkill, but we can just idle forward and it'll kind of take the stretch out of that rope and pop him right out of there, and then we'll turn around and see if we can get Kevin out. So,
if the people you are recovering, you know them on a first-name basis, does that mean they all push the envelope?
well, you got to remember, in the four-wheel drive community, we're a community, so we know each other. We've been willing and doing events together for years, so.
They're not afraid to take risks because they can call you.
Well, I think he was messing with me. He locked the brakes up.
So you weren't kidding when you said you can pull them out against their will.
Yeah, and
Jeff proved that point.
he did, definitely. He had his foot smashed on the brake, and the Nodwell is the tool for the job out here in this soft sand.
That's a bad boy for sure. I love
it is.
Love it.
Lucky for me, that's what I get to do for work most days. Go out and recover side-by-sides and Jeeps and you name it, so we always say on our little YouTube channel, thanks for coming along for the ride.
Well, no matter how cool the gear is, the best thing you can do is not to get stuck in the first place. And not meaning to put himself out of business, Casey, what should somebody have on hand if they're going to go out and Jeep for a day?
We like to put in what we call trunk junk.
What is
Trunk junk is, in the desert, the first thing is water, warmth. You know, maybe it's not that cold today, but it could be later in the day. And,
it's becoming that right now.
And you know, there's all kinds of self-recovery options and manuals that you can get, and so educate yourself on how to free yourself if you do get stuck.
If you're going to have 3 pieces of emergency gear, what would they be?
I really like a kinetic recovery rope.
Boing.
Yep, a soft shackle.
Uh-huh.
And a bow shackle. Those 3 pieces of recovery equipment, especially if you wheel in groups like you should do. When you get new recovery gear, go try it out. Go get stuck. You know? So go get stuck and have fun.
Right next to one of these.
Correct.
All right, right now we're going to take off from here and go to this week's Where To.
Hey, at your leisure, Nick Chase here, out at Antelope Island today. Now, I basically grew up here. My mom was a park ranger, so I got to experience a lot of opportunities that most other people didn't get to. But today, I'm doing something even I haven't done before, which is touring the island on the seat of an e-bike. We're with Antelope E-Bikes today, and they've got a great tour and rental service that we're gonna find more out about.
We started out here in 2018. We're primarily an electric bike rental and tourism company we're located on Antelope Island right here in the marina parking lot. And so we have 3 different tours to select. We actually just added a 4th one this year that's brand new. And then we rent e-bikes by the hour.
There's definitely something to be said about how different the feeling is when you have nothing but 2 wheels separating you from the rest of the island. While riding, it feels like the barrier between yourself and the natural world is almost non-existent.
Riding the electric bikes out here is a really fun experience. Experience in any state park is fun in its own. There's different experiences to be had, but riding an electric bike and coming out with, yourself or a group of people, having a tour guide to take you through everything, explain what you're seeing, it makes the experience just that much more elevated, and they're super fun to ride. Like they're just a whole nother level.
You're more connected with nature. You can kind of feel the breeze as it comes along. It's really nice just to be closer to the animals and the grass and everything. You can stop on the side of the road and just be right there instantly. You can take great pictures, great video right from your bike instead of having to view it from behind a windshield or something like that.
Of course, this comes with all the beauty and mystique you can find at Antelope Island. Their Sunset Hike and Bike Tour is just one of many you can take at Antelope E-Bikes, each with one of their own special aspects.
It's mostly a loop. We'll go around the loop, stop at a lot of the landmarks, especially the visitor center. We go down to the Bison Corral, and then we'll end the tour up at Buffalo Point, where we do a little 15 to 20 minute hike and see a gorgeous sunset up at the top. I think that's the main reason a lot of people come out here is definitely the sunset, and it is very hard to beat.
And thanks to the electric assisted power in the bikes, it makes the activity open to everyone who has ever ridden a bike.
My father recently had a little bit of a knee injury, so he's not able to run or bike as much, but I'm gonna take him here to do this, because with those e-bikes, since it does so much of the work for him, we're gonna be able to see pretty much all of the island with the guides. We're gonna be able to catch the sunset, do the whole tour, without being concerned about him hurting his knee or anything. So I'm definitely gonna be coming back with my dad here soon.
And the prime season for island exploration is just starting out, so head out there while you can.
So if you go to antelopeebikes.com, you can go right to our website. You can book a tour or rental, and you can also give us a call on our phone number, 801-317-8549, and we're open year-round for reservations.
Antelope Island State Park sticks out as being one of the most memorable and unique places that you can visit in Utah. And it's even more of a unique experience when you ride a bike past a buffalo or feel the breeze on your face. For At Your Leisure and this week's Where To, I'm Nick Chase.
Hey babe, I'll be right back.
Is he all right?
I don't know. He only does this when we come to Jorgensen's.
Hey honey, have you seen this tire? Do you think we'll make it?
Not on that thing.
Don't let bad tires ruin your trip. With service stations at every location along I-15, we can get you back on the road with fast, friendly, professional service. Eagles Landing has everything you need along the way. Even the things you didn't know you'd need. Get ready for the road at Eagles Landing.
My daughter and I had just finished a run at this place called Eagle Point. It's this really cool but kind of challenging ski resort that has a real family feel to it. She was so excited because she beat me down the run. Deja vu. I saw myself as a kid out skiing my mom. It was a big moment for me. And all of a sudden it hit me. I was making the same memories for her.
make Marysville your hub for adventure. Nestled in the Tusher Mountains with direct access to the Paiute Trail. Explore history from Miners Park to Butch Cassidy's cabin, while blazing trails from mountain peaks to the shores of Otter Creek.
This week's What's New segment is brought to you by Tunex. Your off-road vehicle may be your daily driver as well. We take care of it, so it takes care of you.
We've got to put this on, so we're gonna punch a hole right here, and then we're gonna see, and hopefully we don't screw up. I don't know. We're gonna go for it here and see what happens. It's Chad's motorhome, who cares? So we're gonna glue these on. I'm gonna make a bead all the way around this and smush it onto the side of the vehicle. And you don't have long to work with this stuff, so you have to work fairly fast. Everywhere else is holding on really well. And there we go. They're part of the motorhome now. All right, now, just like we did on the side, we need to cut in a door back here on the back so we can have access to the back and have a little opening. So we've got the square of how big we want it, and we have to avoid, there's gonna be a ladder going up right here. So we have to avoid the ladder and the license plate. And so I've made a square. This is my round corners. It's all pretty technical. Put that in there like that and make yourself a round corner. Look at that, there we go. And that's our door. Like for our side, this is actually the part we cut out of the door. This is actually the door. We're making it out of aluminum, so the doors will be all aluminum and everything. Now he's got to pick up this and copy that, just like they copied this part of the door. It's going to hinge up. I still think it ought to hinge down, but it's going to hinge up. We have prepped the roof, we've sanded it, we've taken off any loose things like the lights along the top. We've taken them off, taped off everything, and sanded. He's wiping down the roof right now, getting all the chemicals off of it. We've put plastic just around the bottom, because we're not gonna paint the bottom yet, we're only doing the roof today. And that's where we're at. This is what they paint front end loaders with and big heavy equipment. And usually with this, you basically just pressure wash the front end loader and just start shooting this stuff on. It sprays on just almost like glue. So now we're gonna paint this whole one side, and then we're gonna flip it around and paint the other side. And then of course we're gonna get this door painted. We still gotta do the hinge up here and the latches on the bottom and build that piece there for the door and for the rear door. But that's what we got next, boys and girls, so stay tuned.
Isn't it time to slow down? To enjoy the view, to get some space, and to social distance. There's no better place to be than on the trails. Visit TuillaCountyTrails.com for your next adventure.
Reason number 6 to spend the night in Duchesne County. A trip to Moon Lake can inspire tradition. Those who discover its sandy beaches come back year after year. Discover the magic of Moon Lake and all the other reasons to spend the night in Duchesne County at uintabasin.org.
At Stedman's Recreation, trucks are arriving daily with back-ordered side-by-sides, ATVs, and dirt bikes. Let Stedman's Recreation help get you outside so you can explore and create memories to last a lifetime. Call or stop by Stedman's to hold your side-by-side, ATV, or dirt bike with a small deposit. Yamaha, Honda, Polaris, and Beta. Plus, Stedman's has a full service department and Honda power equipment.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. You may think it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's only 30 miles back.
Coming down into the little valley and stuff, you can look over the whole thing. For me, I can just feel the stress just kind of melt away. There's so many trails to go up on and explore. The desert, and then you've got the lake, you got the mountains. It's just a little bit of everything. It's a little piece of paradise out here. Pretty much anybody that I've brought up here, they will ask, can we come back?
Well, we may not get a seat. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We are here at the Main Street Cafe, and you know, when you're stuck and you've got a few hours to wait till they dig your machine out, what do? You know, Kevin told us about this place. I'd never heard of it before, but obviously by the line of people going in here, this is a hot spot. Another place absolutely you've got to stop and check out if you're waiting to be recovered is get over here to Muddy Bees. Now, you'll have to look up the address, but it's near 7th West and Main Street in Hurricane. Casey's got a connection to this place, and it's good.
So Casey, is this your honey?
It is.
Oh my gosh, look at this beautiful honey. And your bees that sting you, and you still do it. God bless you. They do, don't they?
That's the worst part about it.
Yeah. So one of the really fun things here in Hurricane is the Bradshaw Hotel. This was the first home that was built in Hurricane, from what I understand.
Correct.
But there are so many cool things in this place. Just in the next room, there's an old wood-burning stove with a water heater attachment. So you'd heat your hot water for your shower by cooking breakfast and getting the wood fire burning up nice and hot. Maybe when it's cold in the winter, throw in a couple of chunks of coal.
There you go.
This place is awesome. Really, bring your family and your kids out here. The whole upstairs is dolls and doll houses and old bedroom furniture, and this whole downstairs is just spectacular.
Well, you know, sometimes I question Kevin's good taste, but he was right on with this one. This is spot on, this little Main Street Cafe. The food looks amazing, and
yeah,
you know, eating outdoors, this is not what I expected for outdoor dining.
Oh, what kind of trees are we under?
Pecan trees.
Can you believe that? Pecan trees? I thought we should be in Georgia for that.
Yeah. There's quite a few of them here in southern Utah.
That is real. I did not know that. Yeah, this is awesome. This is the place you want to be. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right?
Correct.
All righty, here you go.
Backyard dining at its best. Well, we've given you a couple of ideas on what to do if you get stuck out here to kill the time till they dig you out of the ravine. But right now it's time for you to go to or along the way.
One of the best parts of motorized recreation is how all-encompassing it is for almost any level of activity. You can get anything from a leisurely trail ride in a side-by-side, all the way up to a heart-pounding experience hitting jumps in a dirt bike. In the past, Jorgensen's annual First Ride only included the latter. This year, however, they decided to open things up a bit more to help break the cabin fever for everyone.
So this is the first year Jorgensen's has had side-by-sides included in the First Ride.
The first ride itself's been happening for, I think, over 40 years now. So it's kind of all started with some local boys over in Richfield, and they come in on their motorcycles. But as more and more clientele are moving over to side-by-sides, we thought we'd accommodate that. And we had a good turnout for the first time.
While the bikes headed down to Warner Valley to enjoy the whoops and the hills below the cliffs, Jorgensen's took the UTVs up to Sand Hollow to enjoy the mix of every kind of riding one could ask for.
You've got sand terrain, rock terrain, some dirt riding, fun spot to bring the family. So this is an ideal spot for an all-around experience for the outdoors and off-roading.
We started doing Double Sammy Trail a few years ago. It's actually one of my personal favorite trails. It's a pretty technical trail. It's definitely a confidence builder, but when we get a good group of guys out here that can spot everybody, you know, in those difficult spots, it's slow pace. So there's a lot of getting out, mingling with people, getting to know each other better, which is what we really like to do, is, you know, building relationships and just having a good time.
With a few first-timers in tow this year, the folks at Jorgensen's did what they do best, making off-roading accessible to anyone who wants in on the adventure.
We've never done this kind of thing before, and we've been rock crawling and jumping dunes and taking little off-road trails.
A lot different from Georgia.
Yeah,
so
it's been a blast.
Haven't even seen this kind of terrain before, and then you're in an ATV climbing up the rocks. They did a great job guiding us over the difficult terrain that we weren't expecting, over rocks, over steep passes, and just kind of took something that seemed treacherous and made it feel a lot safer.
And fun.
And fun, a lot of fun.
We had a good group of people here who watched and made sure that we were taking the right lines and that everybody was safe, and luckily nobody was hurt. Can't say the same for some of the machines on this ride today.
Even if you have a mishap on the trail, when you go with a group like Jorgensen's, you know you'll always be in good hands.
It can be frustrating getting stuck or not knowing how to overcome an obstacle, but if you have a crew with you, like here at Jorgensen's, we've got a few employees who have a lot of experience driving. They'll make sure that if you get stuck or you break down, that we get you back on the road and you make it home, and that you have a positive experience and you enjoy the rest of the day.
No matter if your favorite adventures are on 2 wheels or 4, if you go on Jorgensen's first ride, you are guaranteed to have a great time and make some wonderful memories.
Along with the first ride, we have a lot of events, so if you're interested in this or some of our other riding events, follow us on Instagram or Facebook. We normally post the events ahead of time so people have some time to prepare for those trips, and you can always call in at the company line and we'll give you every information you need to make sure that you're there and that you're well prepared.
Just remember, a day out with Jorgensen's Power Sports is better than any day in the office. For At Your Leisure and this week's Along the Way, I'm Stephen Heumann.
The Beaver County Trails Jamboree is back for 2021. Join us for 4 nights and 3 days of riding, exploring, and delicious food May 11th through the 14th. Explore Beaver County from the Frisco Kilns to the Mineral Mountains while shaking winter off and making new friends along the way. Register online and join us this spring for the Beaver County Trails Jamboree. This will be an outdoor event to accommodate the current situation. We'll see you soon.
Sick of staying home? Getting outside and exploring great open spaces is now more important than ever. Spend your summer exploring Tooele Valley, where there is so much so close. Plan your escape now at TooeleValley.org.
The Old West is still alive in Juab County. Stories of the past are hidden in the desert mountains. From relics of mining history to places of outlaw mystery, tall tales to be discovered and buried treasure to be uncovered. Juab, the
back to At Your Leisure, everybody. Casey, you know, I am so excited that, you know, first of all, that you do this for a living, an off-road recovery service. If I was your wife, I'd be out with you every time you went out.
She loves to come with me. She can probably outdrive me, so I have to be careful.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so can you give me a tip really quick, like how to drive this little beast?
Okay, so put the clutch in and then you'll see your gear pattern here on the dash.
Yep.
So it's really, really low geared, and it has a high and a low transfer case.
Okay.
So what you can do right now is we're gonna go ahead and release the park brake.
All right.
Okay.
You pull that out?
No, push it in.
Oh, you push it in? Okay.
Now,
oh, it's air. Okay.
Now
You got air brake.
you're rolling. Just slowly let the clutch out. It's pretty low geared. You don't no throttle at all. It'll just idle right out of here.
Oh yeah, baby. Here we go. Woo-hoo!
Now you.
Okay, and then I can.
Seconds middling up.
All right, very good. All right, well, while we're rolling out of here, we're gonna go take a look at next week's show.
Next week, Kevin and Gina are exploring the area in Green River as they join the folks from UTV, Utah, to venture out onto the Tusher Rim Trail.
Next, Reese and Marianne Stein takes us to the ultimate winter escape as they take a Caribbean cruise to coastal Central America.
Finally, we're hitting the slopes for a different kind of adventure as the folks from Brighton introduce us to their avalanche rescue dogs and show us how they save the day and lives. Now, let's take a look at our contest winner.
This week's contest winner was submitted to us on Facebook by Kevin and Jolene Kuhn. Congratulations, Kevin and Jolene. Looks like you're the lucky winner of a $400 gift certificate to RIFAB.
RIFAB offers the best custom metal fabrication for your rig. Visit rifab.com for more information and be sure to call us on Monday at 801-947-8888 to claim your prize.
Well, next week's show looks great. I don't know how I can top this one, but oh my gosh, we had fun today.
No, there's a way.
How?
You've always wanted to drive the biggest truck in the world. You got a chance. But I've always wanted to drive a tank.
But we have to ask Casey if he'll let us.
Well, I think because you bought me breakfast, it would be okay.
If we knew it was that easy, we would have asked you a long time ago.
We won't go out of sight, okay? We'll stay within sight. All right, so Casey, somebody breaks down, how do they remember to reach you?
Well, I'm pretty easy to find. Casey's Off-Road Recovery.
Okay, that's
Here, the website's right here.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, we appreciate it. You're open 24/7, 365 days a year down here in the area, and you are definitely service with a smile.
Oh yeah, you know, that's the thing about doing something that you're passionate about and loving your job is you're always have a smile on your face and you're just out there doing it because you love it.
Yeah, and I know you're a good guy because everybody in town says so.
Anyway, remember, there's adventure on every bend.
You just got to get out there and create your own adventure.
At your leisure. A split.